Hello everyone and welcome to Focus on Revere, a program that we like to do to highlight activities of community groups within the city. Today sitting with me is Abby Shaughnessy from Millions of Muscles, who is one of the main sponsors and participants in this year's Revere Fitness Challenge.
Yes.
If I remember right, it's the second year?
Yes, second annual.
Second annual fitness challenge, and it's about to get started. I think it starts the 26th?
Yes, it's the 26th, 27th, and 28th is when our official weigh-ins happen.
Yep. And so tell us a little bit about the weigh-ins. What takes place on those weigh-ins?
So what happens is usually participants will come into the rec center. It's at 150 Beach Street, and they'll be greeted by a couple of the challenge organizers. Will come in, they'll take their names, then they'll go into a separate room where trained personnel will be taking their weight, will be doing their body fat, and will be doing a waist circumference measurement.
Okay, so you do the weigh-in. And there's 3 days. What time of days are the weigh-ins taking place? So
April 26th, which is a Friday, is going to be 4 to 6 and 8 to 9.
Mm-hmm.
On Saturday, there's going to be a weigh-in from 8:30 to 10:30.
Okay.
And on Sunday, there'll be a 4 to 6 p.m. weigh-in.
Okay. So we do all the weigh-ins on those 3 days. And by the way, I am going to be taking part in this fitness challenge myself this year. I'm looking forward to it. So we do the weigh-ins on those 3 days. And if I remember right, the first actual program, fitness program, starts on the 29th. Yes?
Yes, it starts on Monday the 29th.
Okay. Now, before we get into the programs, I want to talk a little bit about the sponsors.
Sure.
Okay, there's yourselves, Millions of Muscles.
Yes.
Who are the other sponsors?
Revere on the Move, the city, so Mayor Rizzo as well, the Recreation Department, and the Chamber of Commerce joined us this year.
Okay. And also I understand that the mayor is actually going to be participating in the program as well. Yes?
Yes, we look forward to having him come to weigh in.
So there you go. You know, Mayor Dan Rizzo is going to be participating. So as you're watching this program, if you're thinking, you know, maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't, come on, join the mayor, join all of us. It should be a great time.
Absolutely.
And that being said, how many people did you have actually participating last year?
Well, last year we really didn't have a whole lot of time as much as we did this year to organize. Last year we had about 250 to 300 participants,
okay.
And that was with very, very little publicity. This year we've been able to kind of spread the word out a lot more. Dr. Dakin in the school system has been very, very helpful in helping us get the word out to families and to students and staff members. So we're hoping to have our numbers raised a lot this year. And
we'll be publishing the show on Revere TV and throughout the 6-week program, a weekly schedule of the activities that are going to be taking place. So we're doing everything we can to help, you know, publicize the event as well. I think it's a well-run event and well worth it to participate. Now, it's a competition.
It is a competition. Well, first and foremost, what the main goal of this is to kind of help the citizens of Revere open their eyes as to what opportunities they have to be fit and healthy in Revere. So this year we were able to get a couple more business owners and sponsors to offer free classes. We're also having a nutrition seminar, and what the goal is to help motivate people, to help build some sort of a camaraderie, a sense of community, and to kind of open the citizens of Revere's eyes as to, you know, how easy it is to live a healthy and active lifestyle.
Yeah, yeah. And I think, you know, 6 weeks, and generally I think that the saying or whatever goes is that if you're doing it for 6 weeks, chances are you're going to continue on doing something. Is that true?
Absolutely. And you know, we look forward to we have actually had a lot of the participants from last year have already started to pre-register this year. So it's a testament to the fact that, you know, if you stick with it for a couple weeks, then most likely you'll be able to make some lifestyle changes.
And you mentioned that, of course, as I said earlier, it is a competition. There are 2 categories. There are individual and teams?
Yes. So there is an individual competition. There will be an overall pounds lost. There'll be an overall inches lost, and an overall body fat lost. Okay. The team challenge is different this year, and it's new. And what we wanted to do was kind of help build some camaraderie and a sense of a little bit of competition between businesses in Revere. Yep. So this year they'll be fighting for the fittest organization in Revere, the fittest business.
Yeah, yeah. And the other part to this is that you mentioned also that a lot of the activities are geared around trying to make them family friendly. So it's not just the mother or the father or whatever, but it's geared to bring the children into the program as well. You want to talk about that?
Yes, absolutely. We do have a couple programs this year that we're hoping to have families come together. We have a walk every day at either the stadium, at the urban trail, also utilizing Revere Beach, of course. We also have some of the boot camps that are going to be geared towards kids and adults. So we want the families to, we'll have programs where families can kind of be fit together and they can do fun activities together and be healthy.
Oh, that's great. Well, it gets people out. It gets them doing an activity together rather than watching TV or
Absolutely.
Playing with the iPads and things of that
course.
nature. Yeah, right, exactly. Let's talk a little bit about some of the activities and some of the other groups participating.
Sure. I can just go off of the list.
Sure,
we
by
have
all means.
Millions of Muscles Fitness. They'll be offering Mini Muscles, which is for the younger children. There's going to be a Revere Beach walk/run that's going to be hosted by participants of the Recreation Department. There's also Revere on the Move is going to be offering Urban Trail. We have Revere Karate Academy offering cardio kickboxing. We have a Zumba class with Vanessa Fabro. We also have Strength Discovery offering a butts and gluts class. We have the Boston Fight Center that's going to be doing a similar boot camp / cardio kickboxing. We also have Dance Revolution doing jazz and hip hop, and that's all ages. The Studio Dance Complex is also going to be working on the night of Millions of Muscles boot camp, and they'll be doing tumbling and they'll be doing kind of dancing for the younger children. The Recreation Department, like I said, is going to be offering a stadium run and walk. We also have yoga with Patrice, who's going to be doing that at the Rec Center. We have another dance studio, Sheila Rosanios, and we also have Tranquil Flame Yoga and Wellness. That's going to be another yoga class. And at the Senior Center, they're going to be offering Tai Chi, Zumba, and aerobics.
And you bring up an interesting thing because this fitness challenge is for all ages.
All ages.
So talk a little bit about the senior set and their participation last year and what they can expect.
Absolutely. It was a really great experience last year to meet a lot of the senior citizens that are older, that don't have as regimented and rigorous fitness routines, and we did have quite a few participants that were senior citizens last year that took part in the dancing, that took part in yoga, and they were definitely a big part of the outcome last year.
So if you're like me and you're not in the best shape, but you're interested in doing these things and you're concerned about, am I going to be in shape enough to participate in these things?
Of course.
What
that's a question that we have a lot when people come in to weigh in, and when they're first asking about the challenge. And the best thing about this challenge is that all of the businesses, all of the people who are offering classes are fully trained in their craft. They're fully certified, and at each of the classes they do offer different modifications. If you are older, if you can't move very well, if you can have any sort of chronic pains or chronic injuries, they all offer modifications. But not just for the injuries, but also for your fitness level. If you haven't stepped off of your couch in years, then they have a modification for that. If you work out 5 days a week, then they have modifications to make the classes more difficult.
Yeah, so you don't have to be in the best shape, and you don't have to be a gym rat, I think is the term some people use, to participate in this program. Yeah, you can be like me, who want to do exercise but never find the time to do it. So
absolutely,
this is the opportunity to get started. And as I said, I think once you start for that 6 weeks, chances are you'll continue on. And that's kind of what I'm looking for, is to help me get it started, because I've been wanting to do it for so long. Let's see, you mentioned about the nutrition, I think, seminar that you're going to be running. Talk a little bit about that.
Sure. So we had a nutrition seminar at the last challenge. It was in week 5. We're hoping to schedule a nutrition seminar closer towards the beginning of the challenge, so that participants have more time to ask questions and to utilize all of the information that we give them throughout the 6 weeks. What the nutrition class is going to offer are just very basic, very general guidelines as to, what are the different categories of foods, what are the different types of foods, what nutrients they offer your body, how much you should have of them as general guidelines. And also just basically trying to really get the point across that food is fuel, not necessarily I guess, an event.
Yeah, you know, I like to make an event, but maybe sometimes too much of an event.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. I understand. The events themselves, speaking of events, a lot of the programs, they're going to be, some of the events will be taking place in the morning.
Yes.
Many of them will be taking place in the evening. You want to talk about that scheduling and why you've got it the way they have it?
Sure. We did want to try and offer morning classes. If we really tried to get businesses and participants to donate. We have a lot of morning walks, and we would try to get that in just for, you know, people who work, people who have kids that they need to take to school. Most of the businesses were able to donate classes at night as well, and it's after work hours. So even if you have a 9-to-5 job, you'll be able to have you'll be able to get to a class either before work or after work. And we also have classes on the weekends as well.
And I noticed most of the walks, I think, are in the morning, and then the Zumba and then the other exercise events are kind of take place in the evening. Is that generally the way it's laid out?
Yeah, that's generally the way that the schedule is going to work.
Now, of course, the other thing is that they're not all taking place in the same location. They're in different places. So talk about that.
So we really are using, you know, the entire city this year.
That's great.
We're using the beach. We're using the stadium. A lot of the businesses are opening up their business to the public. They are some of the businesses, because they wanted to offer a larger group of people the opportunity, have taken their classes outside for these 6 weeks. But yes, definitely a lot of the classes are at different spots, so participants definitely should look at the course schedule offered to see where the class is taking place.
Yeah, and when you sign up or come in for the weigh-in on the 26th, 27th, and 28th, you'll be able to pick up the material that tells you where each event is going to be.
Yes.
And the other thing that you mentioned earlier, and I think you've already said it, but it bears repeating, is that there will be representatives from all of these classes, if you will, to talk about what the class is and what people can expect.
Yes, we have invited all of the businesses to come to the weigh-ins just to introduce themselves to the participants. However, if you are a bit weary as to whether or not this is a good class for me or whether I'll get something out of it, then in the program activity descriptions and in the welcome packet that we'll give to the registers, there will be contact information for each of the businesses. So if they have any more specific questions that haven't been answered by the actual welcome packet, then they can contact those businesses directly.
Does everybody get like a package of Ben Gay and Advil or whatever if you have been signed in? I'm sure there'll be some sore limbs, but overall, it'll be a good thing. I'm sure. Yes.
A good sore.
It's good pain. What were some of the most popular events last year?
Last year it was very exciting that at some of the classes we had over 100 participants in one night. It is also it does have a lot to do with the space and how many people can be held. I know last year at one of our Zumba classes we had over 100 participants at the Matola Post. The Revere Karate Academy had full capacity, wall to wall, 80 to 100 participants. Strength Discovery last year I did believe had, you know, up to 60 people in one class. And the Millions of Muscles boot camp on the beach also had a lot of participants because, you know, we had the whole beach to spread out.
And again, talking about the events, I think earlier you mentioned Mini Muscles. What is Mini Muscles?
So Mini Muscles is a new program that was just started by Millions of Muscles, and it's offered to kids ages 9 to 13. This year, or excuse me, for these 6 weeks, we are offering all ages, so families are going to come to the stadium, adults and children, and we're all going to be working out together. But what Mini Muscles really is a place where the kids will be able to be physically active in a safe environment, in a structured environment, and they'll learn, you know, basic workout routines that they can do at home, they can do with their families, they can make into competitions. So we just are trying to make physical activity and staying active fun and not making it like a task or a challenge.
Yeah, it sounds like a great time. Now, this will all take place over a 6-week period, and if I remember right, there's something going every day.
Every day
during
this
the 6
year we
weeks.
have something.
You know, so, and as I said, we'll be publishing the weekly schedule on TV. So if you have any questions, you can watch it scroll on the TV station. And for information about the program and to get updates on it, you can go on Facebook.
Yes.
Tell people about that.
The Facebook website is www.facebook.com/Revere Fit Challenge.
Okay. So and then I guess if people need to phone to get information, they can call the mayor's office.
Yes, they can call City Hall.
Okay, you can call City Hall, and they'll direct you to some other location or provide you some information that they have as well. All right, so this takes place over a 6-week period, as I said already. But at the end of the 6th week, you're going to have a big finale event, yeah?
Yes, we are currently in the works for planning our finale. We're very excited. We have a lot of different partners and subcommittees that are working really hard to make this a great finale. We're working on a 5K. It'll be one of Revere's first, the location to be announced. And we're going to be having lots of activities for kids, for families. We will also announce the winners at that date. And there also is going to be a business area for any business that would like to kind of showcase themselves to the citizens of Revere. We wanted to offer a place for them to do that.
Yep. So at the finale, then you're going to have the 5K road race or at some location, and that's yet to be determined. So you'll be able to, through all the exercises and the fitness that you've developed, be able to participate in this road race. 5K, I had to ask because I'm metrically challenged, is just about 3 miles.
Just about, a little over.
And again, you don't have to be a marathoner to participate in this event. 3 miles,
absolutely not.
Is a little bit. It's a little bit of a time, but I mean, you're not trying to break the world record at this point, yeah?
Nope. It's just about the community coming together and being healthy together.
Yeah, and that is the interesting part, is everybody coming together. And I can imagine in all of these events, and each evening, to see 75 to 80% of your neighbors or people that you know in the community coming together, it is quite a bonding event, I would imagine. Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, because we'll all be going through the same trials and tribulations and pain together, so there's a lot to share, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Anything else about the event that we haven't hit? I'm trying to figure out. We talked about where it's going to be, how long it's going to last. Information we'll be posting on the TV station. It starts on the 26th, 27th, and 28th. And there will be times in the evening and on the morning of the 27th, and then the evening of Sunday the 28th.
Yes.
First program is on the 29th. You'll be receiving materials when you sign in and get weighed and measured.
That's optional. That's actually something that I wanted
well, there you go. Go ahead.
Let you know.
Yeah, not everybody wants to know, yeah?
Not everybody wants to know, and that's okay. We do want to stress, however, that all of your measurements, they're not going to be sold to the press. They're not going to be sold to the public. Everything is strictly confidential, and it really is.
There you go.
It's there kind of as a motivation for you, for your personal motivation, so that you have concrete numbers to show that, if I work hard and if I make slight changes in my schedule and my lifestyle, that I can see results. However, you do not have to have your measurements done in order to participate in these activities.
And I mentioned it earlier, and I think, again, it bears mentioning, after 6 weeks, do you have a sense for how many people who maybe didn't exercise before, got into this program for 6 weeks, continue on?
Well, we did have, like I said before, we have a lot of our pre-registers online. You can pre-register online. Are from last year's fitness challenge, and we have had a few participants from the fitness challenge last summer join Millions of Muscles. We had participants join Strength Discovery, join Revere Karate Academy. All of the different businesses have have received participants that continue to move forward.
So you take the program and you find you like yoga, then you maybe join one of the yoga programs, or
Yes.
if you find you like the mini muscles program, maybe you can get your kids involved in mini muscles going forward.
Absolutely.
And is this going to be something that you'll be continuing to run after the 6 weeks?
Yes, absolutely.
So all of these programs are really meant to kind of introduce people, get them in shape, but introduce them to forms of exercise and in ways in which they can try and keep fit on an ongoing basis. So if you find something you like with a group that you like, you can continue on afterwards.
Yes, it really is. We're trying to just showcase to the citizens of Revere that there are lots of different options that you can try to stay fit, stay healthy. It's not necessarily just, one way. There's not necessarily one way to be healthy. There are lots of different opportunities in Revere, and we really just want to let the Revere citizens know that, we have businesses here, that, you are able to stay healthy in your own hometown, and that it really, health, fitness, nutrition is something that the citizens of Revere care about, and that, we have pride in our city, we have pride in ourselves, and we really just wanted to kind of come together to show everyone else that.
It's a great program, and I look forward to years of success with this. I think
we look forward to seeing you.
Yeah, well, it was, again, it's the second one. The first year was quite successful.
Yes.
250, even though, like you said, you didn't have a lot of time to advertise it.
We had a very small amount of time to put that together and to put it out, but all of the people that we worked with were they worked very hard to get everything done and moving, and this year we're twice as big. We have more businesses, we have a lot more publicity, and we're hoping to get a lot more participants.
Yeah. And I've had the occasion from last year, although I didn't participate in the program, to talk to different people about it. And everybody who did participate in it had a great time, which speaks to the number that are coming back.
Yes, you'll find when you come to these classes that the people who come to these classes are motivated. They're looking to have a healthy lifestyle. They're looking to change something. So it's a great way to network with people that and to find that sense of comfort and that sense of camaraderie, and to find some a buddy to help you out and to motivate you and to keep you going. It helps a lot.
Yeah, well, that's great. So again, the weigh-in and the measuring takes place on the 26th, 27th, and 28th.
Correct.
In the evenings on the 26th, in the morning of the 27th, and in the evening of the 28th. The first program starts on the 29th. It runs for 6 weeks. There's something going every day during that 6-week period.
Yes.
And then it will end on June 8th.
Yes.
With the finale, the 5K race, and the finale event.
Yes.
Where we will all celebrate. And I was asking Abby, do we have a rain date? And she goes, it's not going to rain. It's
going to be a beautiful day, and even if the weather is a little bit inclement, we're going to push forward, and it's going to be a phenomenal day.
Well, I'm looking forward to participating, and thank you very much, Abby.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate you coming by.
Thank you.
Well, for Focus on Revere, let's all get fit. Let's put our muscles where our mouth is and get out there and take part in this program. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you, and take care.